Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the AGL Mai, Pilaf and Shu unit that has come to DBZ Dokkan Metal as the first copy you can get of the World Tournament or latest World Tournament LR. They are Dragon Ball Seekers lead, Pilaf and Shu and Mai, secret weapon of confidence. There is attack on their 12 key and on their 18 key, and on their 18 key they have a high chance of stunning. Their passive is very interesting. They activate the entrance animation upon character's entry once only, and will change physical key spheres into AGL tech or strength key spheres for the first 5 turns from the character's entry turn. They have an additional attack and defense of 120% and an additional attack and defense of 40% when performing a super attack. They will get an additional attack and defense of 40% if it is an ultra super attack, and an additional key +1 per type key sphere obtained. They will get an additional attack and defense of 70% and launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super with an AGL key sphere. They will get an additional defense of 100% and a high chance of evading an attack with a tech key sphere. And they will get an attack of 100% with a high chance of performing a crit and sealing the enemy with a strength key sphere. They will launch an additional super attack with 7 or more key spheres obtained, and they change int key spheres to AGL tech or strength when there's an enemy whose name includes Goku. They have Brainiacs, Brutal Beatdown, Thirst for Conquest, The Incredible Adventure, Guidance for Dragon Ball, Sharing the Limit, Legendary Power, and they're on DB Saga, Dragon Ball Seekers, Earthbred Fighters, Earthlings, Joint Forces, Revenge, and Terrifying Conquerors. Their best team is probably going to be DB Saga / Dragon Ball Seekers, just due to how their links cooperate. Now, these guys as a unit are actually really fun. I think they're awesome, and I actually love their design. I think it's a really good design. I love designs where you get choice and flexibility. I've always really enjoyed the design of the AGL Mecha Dabura from the Heroes event because of the fact that he has that flexibility. You can choose what color kind of orbs you get, and it will basically allow you to change how he works as a unit. And I think these guys are pretty much the same. If you get an AGL key sphere, you're kind of getting like a more balanced representation of the unit. If you go tech, it's because you want to be a bit more defensive, activating that evasion-like ability. And then if you go strength, you're going more on the offensive, with giving yourself crit chance, sealing the opposition, and of course giving yourself an attack boost over prioritizing any kind of defensive boost. And I think that's really cool. I think most times obviously players will probably prep to go AGL and tech, and I do think AGL should be the one you kind of go for the most, just because I find it to be probably the most useful. But with that being said, they look good. They have a lot of really good flexibility. I love the whole design of them as a unit. Relatively easy to get them key as well. Key +1 per type key sphere obtained is pretty good. And when you factor in the raises from their super attack and their ultra super attack, their after super defense can be pretty high. We're looking at a unit that can range between 200 to 300k defense, depending on what orb you pick up and what links you have active, and of course how much support. But when they ultra super, that defense will go from 200k, for example, it'll go all the way to like 300, 320, 330k. And then from there, if you have the higher end of the bracket, if you're starting at 300k because of the support, you're then going to end up well over the 400, 450k mark. So a very, very good unit from that perspective. In terms of build, obviously because they are so flexible, giving them a build is quite difficult. You can say, well, if you're going to get strength orbs, then additional's the best. If you're going to get tech orbs, then crit's probably the one you want to get the most. They do have additionals baked in 2 areas. So they have additionals from picking up an AGL key sphere, and they also have additionals picked up if you get 7 or more key spheres as well. So for me, they got a bit more unconditional, well, very conditional, but they have a bit more additionals built in and options for selection than they do anything else. So I would probably say potentially look at going crit of some kind and evasion maybe. That's just me, in my opinion. It's going to depend on your reliability to get 7 orbs, of course. I think evasion could also be quite useful because they have additional baked in at several points. But it's really not a unit you can I want to say, not a unit you can screw up a build for, because yeah, realistically at the end of the day, depending on what kind of orb you prioritize for them, yeah, that build's going to change. And sometimes you may not even be presented with a strength or an AGL or a tech orb as an option, and then you kind of end up in a position where you're probably going to wish that you'd gone with evasion or crit. So that's kind of where I feel with the matter. I feel like if I was to get only physical orbs with them, what would I want? I would probably want evasion and crit, and that's just how I deal with it. And that's kind of how I base my presence with them. But they're a great unit, and they link up great with a lot of DB Saga options. You've got Jackie Chun, you've got Demon King Piccolo, you've got Belmas. They link up great with a lot of Belmas. Krillin, they link up decently with even Jackie Chun, and like Master Roshi's they link up okay with as well. Master Roshi full powers and things like that. So yeah, I think overall, honestly, really good. Like, they look really good, alongside especially the Belma LR. I think they actually really present nicely with her, and at a rainbow level I think they could be a lot of fun to run with her as a unit. I think they share 4 links, but they share 4 very crucial links. They share Brainiacs, Guidance of Dragon Balls, Incredible Adventure, and Legendary Power. Plus Belma creates orbs, they create orbs. It's a very good symbiotic relationship that they have, which will allow both of them to kind of get what they want. Ultimately at the end of the day. So I think for me, they're a really good unit. I genuinely find them to be, honestly, really a ton of fun on a DB Saga team. I think, of course, it's going to depend on if you have a heavy DB Saga team or units you can use from there. I think if you can build a DB Saga team, maybe even an Earthbred Fighters team, I think you'll find that you can really enjoy this unit. Their stats are really solid. Obviously depending on orbs again, but we're seeing them hit 8-9 million almost. That's without equipment, without dupes, without link leveling, without any kind of facilitation of them as a unit. So I think for me overall, they look really good. So yeah, obviously looking at links, like I mentioned before, your focal points will be things like Brainiacs, Incredible Adventure, Guidance to Dragon Balls. Sharing the Limit is fairly common, it's a free-to-play key link. Legendary Power, of course, fairly common as well. Thirst for Conquest, not so common, but you can get it with Demon King Piccolo, or if you're running them on a Terrifying Conquerors team, it is way more common. On a Terrifying Conquerors team, you're probably just looking for things like Brainiacs and Thirst for Conquest, maybe picking up Legendary Power or Sharing the Limit. Whereas on the DB Saga, Earthbred Fighters, those kind of teams, you're looking for Brainiacs, Incredible Adventure, Guidance to the Dragon Balls, Sharing the Limit, etc. With Demon King Piccolo, you pretty much get the full bag, except for Brainiacs, and with Belma, you pretty much get the full bag, except for Thirst for Conquest. So yeah, those are kind of your 2 primary options, but it doesn't really matter. They're just a lot of fun, and they look good in a lot of situations. So I will suggest that you guys give them a go, really give it a try, and try them out. They actually can probably handle some really hard content. I think AoEs will give them some issues unless you can organize the tech keys here, but I still think they'll be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to see I'm just really excited to see where they go as a unit. But that's going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know. And I want to know how you're finding them. Do you enjoy using them? Do you not enjoy using them? What's it like? Have you tried them out? Have you not? And just see where we go from there. But that's going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye.